Ya Ali Madad, and welcome to the special edition of the Ismaili Update coming to you from the Expo City in Dubai, where the 28th United Nations Climate Conference, also known as COP28, is being held since the last few weeks. My name is Silmi and I'm pleased to be your host. In Islam, a profound connection between faith and the environment has existed for centuries. As Muslims, we believe that humans have a responsibility to protect Allah's creation, which includes people, animals, and the earth itself. This places a moral duty on us to be mindful of our impact on the planet and to make choices that are ecologically balanced. That's why leaders from the AKDN and Jamat are present at COP28 this week, joining initiatives and working with partners to improve the quality of life and create a more sustainable world. Prince Rahim, the chairman of AKDN's Climate and Environment Committee, joined world leaders in the high-level ministerial dialogue for culture-based climate action at the invitation of His Excellency Sheikh Salim bin Khalid Al Qasmi, UAE's Minister of Culture and Youth, and His Excellency Dr. Sultan Ahmed Al Jaber, the President of COP28 and UAE's Special Envoy for Climate Change. He also met with His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Her Excellency Rahim Ibrahim Al Hashmi, UAE's Minister of International Cooperation, Her Excellency Noura bint Mohammed Al Kabi, Minister of State at the UAE Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, the President of Bahrain's Authority of Culture and Antiquities. Prince Hussein's visually vibrant photography exhibition, Fragile Beauty, was hosted at Expo City Dubai's Terra Pavilion from 8th October to 13 December. On Friday, 8 December, Prince Hussain led a tour of his exhibition at the Terra Pavilion for Her Highness Sheikha Hissa bint Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Her Highness Sheikha Maita bint Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and Prince Rahim, accompanied by an AKDN delegation. Focused on nature, Prince Hussein's organization, dedicated to global conservation, curated 2 thought leadership events. The events were held in collaboration with Focused on Nature's conservation partners. He also visited the Ismaili Center's Early Childhood Learning Center to speak with the students about his work and met with the staff, volunteers, and leadership. Agencies of the Aga Khan Development Network were present at COP to participate in conversations and bring attention to vulnerable communities at the forefront of climate crisis, especially around the themes of education, health, finance, and resilience. You may wonder how education is linked to climate change. Dr. Andrew Cunningham, Global Lead for Education for the Aga Khan Foundation, explained how teachers need to be better equipped to educate younger generations.
Did you know that 95% of teachers in a recent UNESCO survey said they want to teach about climate change, and yet only a third of them reported having the confidence to do so? Here at COP28, the message is education needs to be at the front and center of all climate adaptation and mitigation efforts, enlisting the leadership of over 100 million teachers around the world. Could we imagine a world where teaching is the world's greatest green job, on which all other future green jobs depend?
The Aga Khan Foundation was involved in launching 3 new initiatives at COP this week. In partnership with Dubai Cares, the Global Education Solutions Accelerator aims to fast-track education transformation across 10 countries by working with a network of development and educational partners to make climate change an integral part of a curricula. 100 teachers from around the world submitted climate change solutions, and 20 of these were invited to COP as part of Teachers for the Planet, organized by AKF and Dubai Cares. And in partnership with USAID, and the UK's Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office, AKF, will receive a climate and education grant to enhance this important work. I was surprised to learn that the health sector is one of the biggest producers of carbon emissions. The Aga Khan Health Service and the Aga Khan University have been working for a number of years on how to reduce carbon emissions.
So what we're doing in this regard is doing our level best to ensure that our own operations are not part of the problem. And so we have evaluated our emissions, and we have figured out a way in which to reduce our emissions at least by 60%, if not 70 to 80% from where they were when we first measured. And we're getting on with that. And that's principally about installing energy efficient equipment, transitioning to renewables, but also looking at the products we use and buy and throw away, and making smart decisions along the way and improving management of a lot of processes.
HBL, Pakistan's largest bank, which is a part of the Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development, has recently joined a global alliance, including Barclays, HSBC, and other well-known banks, to support developing countries' transition to green economies. Chairperson of HBL's Sustainability Forum, Maya Ismail, reminded us about why initiatives like this are so important.
Our sustainability journey has been defined by the Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development, our principal sponsors. From 2020, we have actually taken a decision to not finance coal anymore, and we are now also looking at not participating in financing in any activities that leads to illegal deforestation. This is just one part of our sustainability journey, because the other is our dedicated path towards net zero by 2030.
Mountain regions are vulnerable to climate change, with lives and livelihoods impacted by shrinking glaciers and melting permafrost. The Aga Khan Agency for Habitat is partnering with the Cryosphere Pavilion to keep mountain communities high on the COP28 agenda. And together with the AKU, we'll launch the third season of the award-winning Voices from the Roof of the World documentary series, which gives a voice to those on the front line of climate change crisis. AKA aims to show how communities can be connected to science and how long-term climate risk and scenario assessments going all the way to the year 2100 can be used to inform local adaptation plans. Did you know that the parties in Conference of the Parties refers to numerous governments that are part of the original climate agreement? They are all represented here at COP. The Portuguese Pavilion hosted an event entitled Portuguese Foundations, Frontrunners in the Climate Transition, at which Ismaili Imamat diplomatic representative for Portugal, Nazim Ahmed, joined Portuguese Minister of Environment and Climate Action, Mr. Duarte Cordeiro, and representatives from AKDN to discuss Portugal's efforts to combat climate change. Outside of AKDN initiatives, many Jamati members are in attendance as representatives of their companies and professionals in the climate change sector. It is inspiring to see many members of the Jamat dedicated to what is commonly referred to as the most pressing issue of our time. If you want to learn how you can take climate action in your day-to-day activities, here are 5 quick tips that can help you reduce your carbon footprint.
Invest in a reusable water bottle. Buy second-hand clothes.
Reduce your meat intake.
Take public transit when possible.
And of course, reduce, reuse and recycle.
For more information on how to measure your carbon footprint and what you can do to become climate neutral, visit the UN Climate Change website at unfccc.int. Thank you so much for watching, and Ya Ali Madad.